What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the first video and what is hopefully going to become a new series on my YouTube channel titled Character Profiles, the series where I will go in and take a spotlight to various characters in the different Batman mythos, give you some history, origins, vital stats, equipment, and abilities for them, and then round it all out with some reading and watching recommendations for them. The first character that I'm going to be taking a look at is Mr. Freeze, who is easily my favorite Batman villain. And for this video, I'll be focusing primarily on his Batman the Animated Series origin because it's the most widely known one, and I would think that it's definitely the fan favorite origin for him. So let's get into it with some history. Mr. Freeze first appeared in Batman number 121 and was created by Bob Kane, David Wood, and Sheldon Moldoff as Mr. Zero. He was originally a pretty gimmick character and was later revitalized in the 60s TV series where he was played by various actors. Almost 30 years later, Freeze was brought back, reinvented, and perfected with his retold origin episode, Heart of Ice, in Batman the Animated Series. The episode, written by Paul Dini and directed by Bruce Timm, introduced his terminally ill, cryogenically frozen wife, Nora. The introduction of Nora to his story gives explanation to his obsession with ice and need to raise research funds. Fans enthusiastically accepted this more tragic and complex backstory, and it has become the standard portrayal of the character across most media. The episode was groundbreaking for a Saturday morning cartoon and helped set the tone for the rest of the series. Dr. Victor Freeze was an accomplished cryogenicist whose beloved wife Nora was stricken with a fatal degenerative disease. Desperate to save her life, Freeze placed her in suspended animation while searching for a cure. When GothCorp's CEO Ferris Boyle stopped funding the research, and by extension Nora's life, Freeze tried to fight back. This triggered an accident that resulted in Freeze's body being transformed into a permanently cold-blooded state that must be kept at sub-zero temperatures. Wearing a protective cryogenic suit, he wields a number of freezing weapons in his quest to somehow restore his wife to full health and avenge her fate. Vital stats, powers, abilities, and equipment include his real name, Dr. Victor Freeze, his height at 6 feet, weight at 190 pounds, and his base is in Gotham City. His altered biology causes him to be both entirely immune and adapted to sub-freezing temperatures. His age progression has also slowed drastically in a suspended animated state, with some interpretations even suggesting that he was soaked in a cryoprotectant that he had intended to be used for cryopreservation. His unique physiology also makes him immune to most toxins, bacteria, and viruses. Victor is a brilliant scientific genius with an incredible mind for invention. He is skilled in physics, engineering, genetics, computer science, chemistry, and medical science. His science and technology are even as advanced as Apocalypse or Lex Luthor's. Freeze is a remarkable medical scientist, devoting research to the neuroscience of Nora's neurological illness. His specialization in cryonics has successfully proven his thesis on immortality through suspended animation, with the preservation of Nora being his best example. Given his proficiency with cryogenic and cryonics, he's created a wide array of various freezing equipment to aid in his quest. When combined with his suit, his strength and durability are augmented to superhuman levels. His freeze guns create gusts/beams of cold that approach absolute zero. The gun is also capable of creating a cold field and imprisoning opponents in a cocoon of ice. He's also created freeze grenades and other freeze-based technology. Freeze is multilingual, able to speak English, German, Greek, and Latin. For nearly 30 years after his creation, he had little to no backstory until Batman the Animated Series came along and revitalized the character into the fan favorite we all know. As I said at the start, Mr. Freeze is one of my favorite Batman characters. He's incredibly sympathetic with great moral complexity, cold stoicism, and vindictive fury. As for reading and watching recommendations, to read, there's Batman Arkham, Mr. Freeze, Batman Mr. Freeze from 1997, Batman White Knight by Sean Murphy, including the Von Freeze one-shot, All-Star Batman number 6. To watch, there's of course the Batman the Animated Series episode number 14, Heart of Ice, the Batman movie, Batman and Mr. Freeze Sub-Zero, and the Batman cartoon version that ran from 2004 to 2008. The Arkham game franchise also gave a worthy adaptation for Mr. Freeze, allowing him plenty of time and space to shine over the course of multiple games, giving his story extreme depth and a full character arc. That'll do it for the end of this first character profile episode. If you haven't already, be sure to follow me on Twitter at Batman Files, where you can actually see the first version of this video. I basically just took this straight from my character profile threads that I do on Twitter, so any future episodes in this series that you see, you'll actually be able to see first on my Twitter if you follow me there, again, at Batman Files, and thank you for watching.